Hello, today we are going to make a hand sanitizer package, and I got this from the Dollar Tree. You get 3 for $1. And for my paper, I'm using the Hot Buy from Michael's. A lot of really pretty Christmas papers in here. So that's the paper I'm using. I have a scoreboard. We only need to make 5 scores altogether, so I don't think it really matters if you have one or not. I have a pair of decorative scissors, regular scissors. I have Tombow. This is my go-to glue. I absolutely love this glue. It dries really quick. It holds really well. But you could use like Easy Tear or a snail or whatever. I have some glue dots and a hole punch. And then decorative things. I got these little snowflakes from the Dollar Tree. And some ribbon from the Dollar Tree. However you want to decorate it. We will bag it. So we will do the packaging if you plan on selling them at a craft fair. So we'll cover that as well. I think that's all we need. So to begin this project, I drew a mitten. Of course, I don't do well at drawing. We all know that, but a mitten's not too bad. So I drew a mitten, and then I cut it out, and this is just regular copy paper. Then I took a piece of my paper. I traced the glove on it, then folded it in half, and then cut it out. So this is what I have so far. Here are my 2 mittens that I cut out. With scrap pieces of cardstock here. And I'm going to cut with my decorative scissors along the bottom of these pieces of cardstock. To give it a little decorative edge. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this onto the front of my mitten because for whatever reason I'm not capable of tracing this and cutting it out and having it work, so it's just easier for me to do it this way. So I'm just going to put some Tombow on here. And then place this over. You don't have a whole lot of working time with Tombow. You have a little bit. Just check it out. Make sure it looks the way you want it to. And do that on both of your mittens. Now when that has dried, we're just going to cut around our mitten cuff with these same decorative scissors. And it doesn't have to be decorative scissors. Just use regular scissors if you want to. Really doesn't matter. Just gives it a little extra something. Okay, and then on the other side of the mitten, repeat that with your other mitten. Okay, I have another piece of red cardstock, but you could use the same decorative paper if you wanted to. And this is cut at 6 1/4 by 4 1/2. Now we're going to score this 2 1/4. And now it's easier for me just to flip it all the way around and score it at 2 1/4 again. Now we're going to go on the shorter end and do 1 3/4, a score at 1 3/4. Flip it around, 1 3/4. Oops, went off. All right. So now let's just fix our score, especially since I went off my score line there. Fix this up. Okay. Now, with our scissors, we are going to cut in along our score lines. Just on the two sides. And if you have small scissors, please use those. I'm using these ginormous scissors because somehow or another I ruined my small scissors. No clue how I did it, but anyway, just going to go ahead and cut up to our score line. So this is what we have. Now I'm going to push these two center tabs inward and bring these to make the little holder for our hand sanitizer. I'm going to get the Tombow out. And I'm going to begin by placing glue on this inner flap. Okay. And I'm just going to fold in one side. And then some glue around this flap. Fold that in. Now let's repeat this on the other side. Some glue on this inner flap, or tape, or whatever you're using. Fold in one end. Glue on this flap. And fold it up to create your little holder. Now you can go in with your bone folder or whatever you have and just really rub that down. So here's our holder. Okay, so here are all my pieces, and I'm going to put some Tombow on this little holder we just made. I'm going to flip over one of my mittens, and I want to line up the bottom of my mitten. The box is going to go further down, so you are going to see some of the box. I mean, you could draw it so that doesn't happen, but we need it to go all the way down. Again, you can use your bone folder to get in there and really burnish that down. Now we're going to put some glue on the holder on this side. And just line our mitten up best we can with the other mitten we've just put on. And see to it that they're kind of in line. I don't think it's desperately important that they be perfect, but kind of in line with each other. And go ahead and burnish that down. So this is what we have so far. Now you get to decorate this little holder any way you want. I'm going to use one of these stickers from the Dollar Tree. And if you're going to make these to sell at a craft fair or whatever, I wouldn't go too crazy on the decorations. Every bit you add is a cost to you. So decorate however you want. Now I'm going to put my sanitizer inside this little box. And I'm going to use a little bit of a glue dot to hold this mitten top in place for me, because I don't seem to be able to punch my holes properly. If I don't, you might not have to do this step. Alright, I'm all covered in glue dot here, but we're going to press these together. A bit of a glue dot here, and I don't know how to get this glue off my finger. My gosh. Okay, so let's just go ahead and press this together just to hold it where we want it. You could use a piece of double-sided tape. Hope I didn't already say that. And my hole punch here, and I'm going to punch 2 little holes up here, which of course is optional because this is just part of the way I'm going to decorate mine. And more than likely, these holes won't be lined up properly, but that's okay. Yeah, this hole's higher. You be more careful. Okay, now let's get some ribbon. Alright, I have a piece of this Dollar Tree ribbon. This glittery kind, and the glitter is getting everywhere. I'd rather have like a satin ribbon, but keeping costs down, I'm going to go ahead with this Dollar Tree ribbon here. Sorry about that. Took me forever to accomplish that, but that's okay. We'll get there. Okay, now just look at all this glitter. Alright, we're just going to tie a bow here. And since this isn't double-sided, I kind of have to be careful of how we're doing this. Let's see if we can get this facing the proper way so we can tie our bow. Now, you could put more decoration. You could put like a bell or something with your ribbon if you wanted to. But there's kind of a bow for you. Yeah. And basically, our little hand sanitizer is done. Now let's package it. My bag topper. I have a piece of that same paper that we used earlier, and it's 6 by 4. And I am just going to score the long way at 2 inches. Now you make your topper out of whatever you want to and whatever size you want. So there's our topper. Now I didn't have a self-seal cello bag, the size that I needed, so I picked these up at Michael's, and they're not really the ideal size either, but I'm going to go with it because it's as close as I could get. Now I got the bell from Dollar Tree. You get 9 in a package for $1. And they come with this little hanger. Whoops. And then I have the snowflake that got from AliExpress. And I'm going to use some of this Walmart 20 gauge wire and a pair of wire cutters and a round nose plier. And this, of course, is all optional. This is just how I'm going to do mine. Now, I have cut this bag a little bit shorter. It's just way too much extra at the top. I'm going to slide in my mitten. I'm going to try to. Then I'm going to fold over the top. Place my topper on. And then I'm going to staple it in the center, and then with my hole punch I'm going to place 2 holes on either side of the staple. So I have completed that step. Now my bell came with a little hanger, but my snowflake did not. So I'm going to use the hanger from the bell for the snowflake, and for the bell I'm just going to cut a piece of this 20 gauge wire just for something fun. And I am going to just make a little circle here. And then just kind of convince the wire to go in a curve. Okay, and I think this is really way too long. So I'm going to cut some of this off. And I'm going to place this on my bell. And then just curl up this end. Just to give our package something a little different. So simple and cute and different. So that's what my bell's going to hang on. Just place this bell hanger onto our little snowflake. I'm just going to simply feed it on here and then just tie it. Okay, and I have a piece of ribbon. You could use the same ribbon, but I have a piece of ribbon I got from the thrift store. So I think we're ready to put everything together. Now I have fed my ribbon through these holes so that you didn't have to watch me struggle with that. And this is wired ribbon, but it doesn't have to be. So I just placed the beginning of my bow. Now I'm going to place on my little snowflake. And my bell. Might be easier just to open that up and place it on here. And then just close it back up again. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and tie our bow. And then I will fix the mess I just made with the wire. Okay, let me fix the wire. I'll be right back. Okay, I reshaped my wire. It's such soft wire. If you had heavier wire and you wanted to do this, it would be better. But in any case, there we go. It's packaged and ready to go. Now let's talk about price if you want to sell these at a craft fair. I broke down the cost on everything to make our Mitten hand sanitizer. On the paper was a hot buy, and then I had a 40% off coupon, so that's why it's only 20 cents. But I even included a penny or two for glue dots. This is everything that it took for me to make that mitten, and plus tax, and some of it's not taxed, but in any case, it came to $1.13. So if you break everything down, you can come to your cost. And don't forget things like the glue and the little things that's easy to forget. So I think that if I were able to go to a craft fair, but I always have to work Saturdays, and that's when they are around here, I think I would sell it for $3. And even 2 for $5, I would still make a profit. So, what am I going to do with my mittens? Well, I got Thanksgiving or fall paper on a hot buy too, and I used the paper for this mitten as the cuff on this, and vice versa. I used the same paper as I did for the mitten on both of them. And then this was a sheet of paper in the paper pack, and I just cut around them with decorative scissors, and I put the little dimensional tape on there. And then the jute that I got from AliExpress, I tied a bow on one and just a knot on the other. And I think I'm going to put these at everyone's places at my Thanksgiving table this year. So that's what I'm going to do with mine. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will make some of these, and thank you so much for watching.